Hi, this is Jeff Domin from the Domin and Schwartz Real Estate Group and Coldwell Bankers Seacoast Advantage. I'd like to talk about closing attorneys today. A lot of people are asking me questions about like who chooses a closing attorney. We have several great closing attorneys that we work with in the Wilmington area. We always give our clients a couple different options of who they want to use, and if they don't have a preference, then we'll just select whoever has a date open on their calendar for the date and time that they want to close at. Closing attorneys' jobs are to make sure they do the title search on the property, they make sure all the documentation is in order, they make sure they get all the lender documents, they handle any wire transfers of any money, and they basically handle all of the legal paperwork involved in the transaction and make sure your property gets recorded properly in the correct name. What they usually charge for this is between $800 and $1,000, depending on the attorney, to handle a buyer's side. Now, the seller can choose a different attorney than the buyer. In a lot of cases, they will just go with whatever attorney the buyer uses because a lot of times it's simpler if the same attorney does both sides, because really the attorney is only handling paperwork for the seller. They're really not doing anything too confidential. They're just doing the deed prep. But once again, it is very common and possible they have two different attorneys handling one transaction, one for the seller and one for the buyer. The buyer side usually runs about, like I said, around $800 to $1,000, and the seller side transaction fee for an attorney runs around $400 to $500. That's about all we had for closing attorneys today, but just, it is required. A closing attorney is required for the state of North Carolina to close on a real estate transaction. So hope that helps answer some of your questions. Check us out at Domin and Schwartz Real Estate Group on our YouTube channel, and also look for us at livingbythecoast.com. Talk to you soon.